Hello and welcome to New Meta Podcast episode 106. Just a duopod this week. No Marco. He is away in Greece, flying considerable distance away from the UK to try out with Ad Phenom, of course. We'll get him back next week to tell us how that went. Just Adam with me this time, then. Adam, welcome to the pod. How are you doing?
I'm good. This is like the old days.
I know, it's actually been so long since a duopod. So long. I've been away for a while as well, so I couldn't even get it together to organise like a guest Nick appearance, which would have been nice perhaps the next time, but I only got back today. When was the last time we did a duopod? Can you even remember?
I mean, it has to be like in the 20s.
I think so, yeah. I remember we baked a cake once.
Yeah, and then another time we played a pub and then did a dissection.
Yes.
A post-pod dissection.
Yeah. I hope most of the listeners probably remember those with like a cringe, especially the like post-pub pod. That was definitely a low point, I think.
Yeah.
We had fun though. We played a pub.
I tried to reel you into one this time.
I know, yeah. Well, we'll play after, I think. We'll get a game in afterwards. Questions. I asked for some questions, and some questions I received. We'll get into one of those now, I guess. No reason not to. It comes from Noob Cybot, friend of the pod. Questions the least satisfying / worst moments in Dota. So a follow-up to the episode 100, which was like the most satisfying things that happen in Dota, your 5-man, echoes, your sanities and stuff. What would be like the worst feelings? I don't know if you have an opinion on the worst or one of the worst feelings in Dota.
I mean, I don't want to go too dark and have like people that run down mid, people that destroy their items, people that I won't go that far. I'll have one that yesterday that wasn't very fun. People that unpause or people that kill people that are obviously DC'd. That's a feels bad. But even that's probably too dark.
Yeah. I'll tell you what does feel bad when Marco rage buybacks when we play.
Oh, that's a feels bad, yes.
That's one of the worst feelings.
Yep. I haven't had to do the, I had my hand on the trigger. I said, the next time you do this, I'm abandoning the game. And then we went a really long time without him doing that. And then he did it again, and I didn't abandon. So now I think I've reinforced bad behavior.
Yeah, I had a similar threat. I've made a couple of threats like that, like I'm destroying an item sort of thing. Because there's been periods of time when it's been like a plague, and like most games it's happening, but he's been somewhat well behaved recently.
Yeah, I think you got to let him have one every 15 games or so.
Yeah, I think so.
But when it becomes like every game, it's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this.
Yes.
But some more, what's the word? Not more heavy. Lighter examples. What about the classic Earthshaker Echo Slam before blinking?
Oof.
Yeah,
that's pretty rough. I just, speaking of Echo Slam, I just played a game about an hour ago where I was Lena, and we tried to sneak a Roche. And it's one of those, oh god, this is definitely one of the worst feelings in Dota. When all 5 of your heroes are in pit for no reason, including... Yeah. So there's a disruptor on my team hitting Roche, and a bounty hunter hitting Roche, rather than trying to track people outside of hit. So the enemy Earthshaker just gets a 5-man, like, Echo Slam, and we just lose the entire team fight within stun duration of Echo combo. Because they've got a Drow Ranger as well, so they just do the, like, multi-shot. Drow gets a Rampage, it's like, excellent. One static storm stops that happening. It's like, why is my disruptor hitting Roche in the pit? I just don't understand.
Oh man, that's beautiful. That's an
awful feeling. Yeah, and then I put on the chat. I was like, it was unranked, so I didn't care. I was just like, I put on the chat like, lol. Everyone was like tipping Earthshaker or whatever. Fine. So I was like, Disruptor, bro, if you just stand outside a pit, you'd be able to Static Storm and Bounty Hunter. You know, all you have to do is track Earthshaker and stop him blinking with a Q or something. And Disruptor was like, why did you try and Roche? And I was like, what? That's not the answer. We could have easily Roche.
Listen here, he's had a Lotus Orb. He had to reflect the criticism.
Yeah. I was, what? So that's definitely up there. Getting
the
5
problem
mana
wasn't me standing in the base or standing in the Roche pit as a position 5. Yeah. It was the fact that we were even in the Roche pit at all as a team. That was the real issue.
Yes. Yeah, that's a bad one. I have so many others. I mean, should we do Marco? Marco's not here, but I can answer for him. When someone picks Zeus, pos for Zeus in any situation, I reckon that's what he'd say. I think he'd say missing a CS. Like,
yeah, I was going to say missing a CS.
Seeing a carry player miss a CS, that's got to hurt him inside. And another sort of vague, weird answer like not casting spells in a fight or something like
that. Exactly. Yeah, that's the trio of flavors in the Marco DotA banana split. CS, not casting spells, and Zeus position 4. That's his most. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, don't even need to say it's a duopod now. We've got the contribution, so it's fine. Yeah. I would say heroes escaping on like 1 HP or like 1 hit. That is one of the worst feelings. Games have happened where I'm sure that's happened about 20 times. That is one of the worst feelings in Dota, no doubt. Also rune spawns. You know, for all the mid players out there, that's a nasty one. Like regen rune spawning on the wrong side when you've gone to the other side. That's a bad feeling.
Yeah, there's like. So I've been playing Windranger, so it's missing power shots by just the teeniest width. Is such a feels bad because then there are times where you get hooked by a pudge and you're like, how does that hit me? Like, how is meat hook wider than power shot?
Yes.
Yeah. I swear, power shot is about a pixel wide. It feels like sometimes. It's just like you gotta thread the needle.
Yeah.
I suppose that's why it feels so good if you hit a long range one.
Yeah, power shot, the original skill shot for me. That was the first skill shot I did in Dota. Played a lot of Windranger when I first started. Yeah, I feel like we've pretty much done that one. I did have one more that I thought of that I've forgotten. Oh well, come back to that some other time.
Laguna blading the Lotus storage person.
Yeah, that rarely happens. I mean, that would be a feels bad, but that's more of like a wow, that's impressive. They actually bought Lotus Orb in a pub at my level. It's quite impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know about. That's unlikely. On to games then. Adam, how have your games been this week? You mentioned you've been on the Windranger train a little bit. Anything else going on?
Yeah, let's see. I played 9 games. They are, let's say, about 6 are party, and then 3 are alone, something like that.
Right.
So I've been getting some guild gaming in, and I've basically just played Windranger, Terrorblade, and Bloodseeker. It's just a smattering of it. Yeah, it's quite the combo. Except for one single draft game where I had to play a Baden 4, which was a travesty, and then one game where I was mid against a Quap and I picked Underlord, and that was awesome. That was a great game because I lost middle, as you should, as an Underlord against Quap, who had Spirit Breaker roaming middle. I'm like, why do you need this? You don't need this.
Yeah.
And I was getting flamed by the 2 players that were not in my stack. It's like, oh, what a great pick mid, blah, blah, blah. And then I built Greaves Lotus Orb, and you know what? It was a great pick because we would win the game off of aura items.
Yeah. I mean, Underlord, what a hero, honestly. It's like, this hero is so good. So my PSA to all people out there, if you want to climb and you have no idea what to do and you're thinking, what position do I play? What hero do I play? Just pick Underlord off lane and just, I just fail to see how you can't get MMR, like at least just like... I'm sure you could get to 4K comfortably just playing Underlords and like nothing else. I mean, I know you can do that with any hero, but I feel like anyone's capable of 4K with Underlord. It's just such a brain-dead hero. You just press Q to farm creeps, and then you just exist in a fight and press W. That's it. You don't even have to use your ult. You can just not even skill your ult. Just build Greaves.
Yeah, I was like level 13 before I got it, I think. Because I want to have max Pit of Malice against a co-op.
Yeah, sure.
Feels so good. And then, like, to be against a Drow and a co-op that built like a Bloodthorn really early, to just have Greaves and Lotus Orb to purge off silences and like daggers and stuff. Just game winning, just that. And they have a Windranger, of course, because every game has a Windranger. So Lotus Orb, the Shackle Shot is just, I don't know, it was dynamic. Went Kunkka 3, and it's just like they just throw everything on him. I'm like, okay, here's a Lotus Orb and a pipe. You live forever. That's Lotus Orb, pipe, Greaves, and it was beautiful. Yeah,
very nice. You mentioned the TB and the Bloodseeker. We sort of talked about Bloodseeker offlane last game, I think. But TB, why are you playing TB? Is this your like POS 1 of choice now? The go-to POS 1?
It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I like TB now. I don't know why. I think when we play 5-stack guild games and they want me to play carry, I just subject them to my TB. I just make them have to deal with it, and I don't think they enjoy it, but I enjoy it.
I saw a very strong TB game. I saw a Dota buff of a very strong carry from you in a guild game. So it's possible.
I'm not saying my stats are great. It's the rest of the team has to deal with it. It's sad. They don't. Right. I mean, they're just like sad. Ron Mexico has supported me twice, 2 or 3 times now, and he's just like, okay, so I'm just supposed to feed, right, until you get level 5, and then you go jungle. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, one game we started feeding a little too early, and I go jungle at level 2, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all to jungle at level 2 as TB, but you know what?
Yeah, that's far from ideal. Yeah,
we still won.
Right. That's got to be such a slow.
Oh,
Can you even jungle on TV? Surely you just like fly out salves to sustain.
Yeah, it was against Zeus too, middle. So it's like every now and then it's like, is he level 5? Okay, I'm still okay to be taking this jungle camp really low. I want to get the accidental Thunder God's Wrath kill.
Oof.
But this Dota buff game actually has me listed as Radiant Jungle. TB.
The Jungle TB.
Yeah, still ended at 729 GPM, so not, it's like it recovered.
Very strong, yeah. In terms of my games, like I said, I've been away for about 6 days. I did get a game in today after coming home. That was just an unranked Lina. I will say, though, that I binked Ancient 5 since the last pod, which is nice. I got a win with Necro and Viper since the last pod, which tipped me over. I was at 95% anyway, so now I'm Ancient 5, which is very good. Will be Divine soon. I'm like 30% for Divine, so pod legitimacy is back. We'll have a Divine and 2 Immortals once again.
You said soon. You played yourself. You jinxed yourself. You said soon.
Yeah, it's over now. I mean, I am always liable for like a minus 500 MMR loss streak. That's always on the cards when I'm playing ranked Dota 2. So it's definitely not over yet, but I'm having a lot of success with Viper and Necro and Lina, basically. Those 3 heroes are doing bits. Haven't even touched the OD and the Pugna, which are 2 strong heroes as well that I like to play.
Or the Underlord.
Exactly, or the Underlord. Well, Underlord comes out when I select all roles for rank, because I'm doing rank roles. I select all roles to get tokens, and the last 2 times I've done that, I've got Underlord. As in, I've got offlane and picked Underlord. Which is crazy, because everyone gets POS 5. I just get off lane for some reason. I think maybe because I think my support might be so bad that Valve just doesn't put it in the pool for me.
Don't subject any possible teammates to this.
Yeah, I mean, I can do a job on Jakiro, but other than that, it's looking very bleak in my support pool. 4,540 MMR, FYI. There you go.
Nice.
So yeah, Road to Divine. I used to be Divine 2, went all the way down to Ancient 3, and hopefully back up again. So is the swings of my ranked Dota, but there you are. There you go.
Well, I want to shout out a neutral item real fast for Terrorblade Games.
Yeah, go.
It's a Nether Shawl. My God, what an item on a TV.
Because you don't care about the minus armor that much.
Yeah, because you have 40. So you're like, oh, I'll just go down to 37 armor, and I'll have 25% magic resist. And I'll just never get bursted ever again. Man.
No, I like that shout. I hadn't thought about that.
You basically can blow through all the tier 3s unless you get like a Paladin Sword or a... I don't know. I think I'd rather have a Nether Shawl over Titan Sliver. But it's not until you get to like Leveler stage, something like that. Or with that Illusionist Cape that you're like, okay, I guess I'll get rid of this free 25% magic resist. Maybe when you get the BKB is when you get rid of it. But both times I've been against the Zeus, and it's just like, it's so value to have 45 or the 25 magic resist for what amounts to 0 downside because you have the highest amount of armor in the game.
Yeah, no question about it. I just realized TV does literally no magic damage at all. Like, all of his spells are physical. Obviously, meta, the illusion, reflection.
Not even the meta Ags fear doesn't even have damage on it.
Yeah, there's no magic in his kit whatsoever. Does that cover it for games? I think so, right? I think so. I don't think there's anything else to say. I did do level 2 Ags run. That was good. Was that with your help? I think it was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. I think you finished it off solo or something at the end. Can't remember.
Yeah, I think. Did I do the Ursa build again?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
We got to get to level 5.
Yeah, not sure about that. I've got the voice line I want. I'm not sure if there's. I have
so many battle pass levels on the table.
Yeah, maybe. Let's talk about the Valve changes for a bit. They came out with this update on the competitive scene after a lot of complaints, basically, on Reddit and in the community about what was going on with DPC, like what actually is happening with basically anything going forward now that TI is gone. I don't think we'll read through all of it. I don't know if we want to give the gist of it. Basically, it ran through Valve's perspective on COVID-19 pandemic and about what their plans were for TI at the point at which they realised that TI wasn't going to happen. And they realised that DPC events were not going to happen. Organisers didn't really want to run DPC, so they decided to stop all DPC events indefinitely. DPC is now confirmed to be starting in sometime in 2021, I believe, isn't it? Like spring or something? And there's at least four third-party events and leagues in the EU, CIS regions, 3 in China, and a few others that are still in the preliminary stages and cannot commit. And they're still going to be casters, teams, organisers that are not going to be meaningfully served based on the current trajectory, and that's Valve's fault for not pushing on those and supporting them enough. So that's interesting. Valve started reaching out to more tournament orgs to offer help and financial support to create increased coverage globally for the remainder of the year. And they expect that these events will be gradually announced over the remaining season as they hope to continue to communicate to fans. They don't know... Oh, sorry. Their outlook at the moment is that they are anticipating the start of DPC to be in the first month or two of 2021. And they think that TI will happen in August 2021. So basically a full year
delay.
Yeah, that's right. And it's Stockholm, as you'd expect, given that, they're not just going to skip the location. I think
we should have had that Airbnb booked for just the full.
Yeah, Move it back.
Roll it over, yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. I think that's the gist of it. We'll talk about the Dota 2, Dota TV and streaming stuff like in a bit after this, but what's your thoughts on this sort of blog and the DPC and stuff? Were you happy with this?
Well, yeah, I mean, people were everyone just always wants communication from Valve. I think they are much more apt to take bad news if it comes straight from the mouth of blog.dota2.com.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it just kind of is obvious, you know. COVID kind of just kills off any. I mean, everybody had to change everything. It's like you just can't. And this is like goes in like every area of every thing in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know if that like makes any sense. Everybody had to change up to all online stuff, not just Dota. So I think that takes some time and some postponements. And like with this most recent tournament, it seemed like they had finally figured out how to have a good event that was meaningful and still drew some eyes.
Yeah, definitely. I think they like you said, it's kind of obvious that they haven't really said that much in this post. They basically just acknowledged that they probably should have communicated a bit more and done a bit more to support orgs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, all this stuff changed like day to day.
You
know, it was like there was no one knew how long, you know, these delays are going to last. Also, Dota is a global game, so every country is dealing with this pandemic, better or worse, or you know, average. Some better than others. Looking at the United States, so I mean, when you have a global like esport, you're kind of like hamstrung by your weakest links in terms of pandemic response. So that's kind of why I did like how they broke it up into, I mean, so we're going to have an NA league and like a Euro and like China, like we just can't be traveling like we were. And it's nice to see that they thought about the future. I think things have settled down to a point where you can almost cautiously optimistically make plans for 2021, like barring any like crazy I'm losing all my words today, slide backs into like, you know,
crazy events or anything.
That you could foresee things being better next year. So it's good to see that they have plans for the meantime and for starting in 2021 with the DPC coming back. Honestly, I didn't really miss Pro Dota that much during the pandemic. You know what I mean? It's like I just didn't think anything was. Once I heard that TI was postponed, it's like, well, this year's kind of lost, and we'll figure out what happens.
Yeah. I think for us personally, we love playing Dota more than watching it, so it really wasn't that much of a loss during the pandemic stuff. Guild gaming came out and all that. We actually never played a battle pass, which is a battle cup, which is actually quite remarkable. But there you go. But we did enjoy playing a lot more. I do think for a lot of people, though, you know, watching Dota is super important, and clearly, especially for the communities like Reddit and stuff like that Valve seems to respond to all the time now. The competitive scene is the most important part about Dota. So
I mean, it is what keeps the game alive, and I still really like competitive Dota, but as one gets older and busier and takes on more things, some things have to slide, unfortunately. And for me, I didn't want to lose playing, so spectating had to, you know, Twitch streams in general and spectating outside of the biggest, most high stakes tournaments kind of had to, you know, take a seat on the wayside.
Yeah.
I mean, there haven't been majors. There haven't been majors and
no DPC at all. Yeah.
And TI. So like those are the things I would watch start to finish.
Yeah.
Is like majors and TI, and now it's just kind of like, well, who knows what these teams are going to look like next year, anyways.
Yeah.
People might. Does everyone stick together because this year was lost, or does everyone have to change spots because of just geography? I don't.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I mean, one thing that's clear from this is that the weaker regions are really screwed over more than the stronger ones. You know, there's 4 events in EU, CIS, and 3 in China, and then they said there's a few others non-region specific. It's like if you're an NA or SA, or Southeast Asia, I suppose, you're like hurt a lot more by this than people in EU and China. I mean, especially EU. A lot of the sort of tier 2 EU teams, say like take like a Viking.gg or something. They're honestly they've come out well from this because they get to qualify for all of these EU events because there's no global competition anymore. But if you're a SA team or if you're an NA team, like a Business Associates or like a Pain Gaming or whatever, you actually have like nothing to play at all. You really have no events to play. So it's kind of grim for those regions, honestly. And I feel like players will just have to take breaks and retire. And that only results in those regions falling further behind. So that's the one real negative, is that regional Dota, it's like if you're not in China or Europe, then you don't really have anything to play. So hopefully Valve will step in and get some stuff going for those regions. And then for TI, I mean, what are they going to do with this sort of $40 million from the Battle Pass?
Exactly. Does that like roll over to the next one, or
it shouldn't roll over?
No. I mean, this would be. I'm saying, I guess this prize pool would go for the one that's next year in August. Okay, what happens when we get to like June next year? Like, is there another battle pass, and what does that money go to?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, do you have an opinion on what they should do for that? Or...
No. I mean, I don't think you put them together and make some like $80 million super tournament. But
no,
I don't know. I mean, I guess they could take this 40 and spread it out amongst things leading up to TI for next year, and then have the battle pass be next year's battle like pool. But I don't know. I feel like isn't that kind of in bad faith? It was kind of advertised to be the money for TI-10.
Yeah.
Maybe they say TI-10 it doesn't exist. Next one's TI-11. You know, it's like TI 2021. I don't know.
It's hard to say. I think they have some options, I suppose. I definitely agree that the worst thing they could do is put them together. I really don't think that would be... TI price was already too high, like everyone knows that. It doesn't serve a purpose being that high. Options... I think it's a bit weird to use this money on something other than TI-10, like you said, because that's what it was advertised as. That's what people thought it was. It's not like people buy Battle Pass because they know the money's going to TI. Like, they buy it because the Battle Pass is a good product or whatever. So the options they have, I suppose, is put it into next year's Battle Pass and then do something else with the next... Sorry, put it into next year's TI and do something else with the next Battle Pass. Or they could try and refund everyone 25% of the money they've paid towards their Battle Pass stuff. That would seem like quite an odd thing. That might be difficult, pointless, whatever. I personally think put this money towards TI-10 and then next year's Battle Pass either do like 25% charity or like 25% to the tier 2 scene or like the non-TI scene, something like that. Could be cool. It's Valve, who knows? They might put this money towards TI-10 and then just do a TI-11 Battle Pass that just 100% goes to Valve rather than 75 or something. I would just love for it to like fund the tournaments throughout the year. Yeah. You'd get a blockbuster DPC if they did that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's because right now it's the 1/4, 3/4 split, and I would love if they could take like a half split and just put one of those fourths into the DPC major season,
Mm.
major minors, or I don't even know what the setup is now. I'm sure it will change again because
It's
this
the
season was
leagues,
lost.
isn't it, or something
Well,
weird
they never
like
got
that?
to do the leagues because
Yeah,
like this stuff happened. So I guess if it is leagues, I don't know, because maybe the leagues was going to work out and we just didn't get to see it.
yeah. I'm usually a big fan of leagues. I like having weekly competitive, esports. Back when I watched
Yeah.
StarCraft, I liked that, and I'd like that with Dota as well, and like weekly tier 1 Dota going on.
Yeah, that would have been actually sick. So I hesitate to hazard a guess or like what I would like to see. I just know that there's just no way they're going to combine them. So
No.
I would like to see how it's at 40 something million now, right? So
I think so, yeah.
I'm curious to see. I guess what I would like the most right now would be you take this amount that's still growing, but it's going to end sometime this month, and whatever it is, say 45 million, you make that TI August 2021. That's the prize pool.
Mm.
But then leading up to TI 2021, you have a battle pass, and at the beginning, you say that money is going to something. What it is, I don't know, but it's not going to TI 2021. That money's already been earmarked from the year before. So whatever this is, it's going towards something. Whether that's the prize pool for the leagues, the major minor scene, artifact development, COVID-19 relief, like something. Because I mean, they're going to have to ship another battle pass. I mean, it's the cash cow. So, what's the money going towards?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, who knows? Honestly, can it go towards hiring a couple more staff members at Valve that do spring cleaning and stuff like that?
Here's the thing: you don't need $45 million for that. You need like $65,000 times like two,
definitely,
2 or 3.
Yeah.
I don't know, the way Valve works is they get to choose whatever they want to work on. So I guess people are like, yeah, I'm going to work on Dota. And then they're like, man, there's not a whole lot to do here. And then they're like, I'd rather work on Portal 3 or Half-Life Alyx or...
Yeah. They see the ridiculous bugs and like weird coding and they're just like, what? No, thank you. This weird port game from Warcraft 3. Why would I work on this?
They're like, I'll like beta test the new patch, but that's about all I'll do.
Yeah. Let's take a moment to talk about Dota TV. I've been talking a while. If we want to get onto some heroes, we'll try and make it quick. Basically, they've changed the streaming stuff to allow tournament organizers to ask for a slight delay, whatever. I don't know what that means. There's no specifics. I don't know what a slight delay means, and also to run advertisements, like the tournament's advertisements, streamers will have to pop that on their display.
An overlay.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Is that a good compromise, I guess?
Pretty nice. Yep. I was on Team Kyle with all of that drama.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about this.
We have, yeah.
However many months ago, and I was on the same side as it's like my opinion didn't change. I thought, I think this is a good compromise. Because I know Valve wanted to have anybody be able to like stream this stuff, but for people like Gork or Sing Sing or Bulldog, I do think that has such a large audience. I think it's a good compromise to just have an overlay for the tournament.
Yeah,
because if that's the case, then the tournament gets the organizer gets to report those numbers to the advertisers.
The advertisers are getting exclusivity. They're just getting it across multiple broadcasts, I suppose, in terms of they know that everyone watching the event is seeing their sponsors, so.
Yep. So then it's like, then it ups the total number of eyeballs that can be reported to the advertisers across however many platforms. Because each of those streamers has their own like demographics, although I'm sure they all skew like 98% male, age 18 to 35. Like that's the skew. But I think that is good. I like that they finally addressed it.
And ultimately, it will increase the number of people seeing the advertisers' stuff because, like, the point that Marco would make if he was here on more the sort of Gork side of stuff is that no doubt a lot of people that watch from Gork and Bulldog and whatever, they wouldn't watch the main broadcast if Gork wasn't streaming the event. So they're actually going to increase the number of people seeing the sponsors with this overall. So it seems like it would be good all around, I suppose, a decent compromise. We'll see how the streamers navigate the new restrictions when the next tournament rolls around.
No, one thing that frustrated me about that with Gork's response was because he left OG, right?
Yes.
And part of the reason he left was because he wasn't allowed to restream the tournaments. And then he got upset when Kyle was upset at him for restreaming the tournaments. It's like, OG, and you could not come to an agreement on how to include you in this because they said it detracted from their numbers. How can you, it can't be both ways. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Let's ultra briefly, I'll give a quick summary. A Mega League happened, Secret 1. They crushed it. I don't know what else needs to be said about that. I don't think our listeners care too much about our summaries of Omega League because they can watch it themselves, but it was a very good tournament, I thought. Shame it was so one-sided.
I don't know anything about the games. I just watched in-between match player interviews on YouTube. I thought those were fun.
Yeah, they were good, actually. Yeah, they were good.
I liked all the stage and the dress, how they dressed up and stuff. I liked it. I like Jenkins as a what do we call these people? Personality as a
talent or whatever.
Yeah, talent. Yeah, I do. I like him as a talent.
Yeah, Jenkins God, definitely. Good to see him doing well. Let's go to our hero for the rest of the episode, I suppose, which is your very own Windranger, Adam. First things first, no one cares about the hero mechanics and the meta and the build. Let's talk about this Arcana.
Beautiful.
Yeah, worth the wait. Is this the best Arcana in the past?
It's the best one in the past. I was trying to think where it lines up amongst all Arcanas. Could it be Arcana number 1? Could it be the best Arcana? Maybe. It's top 3. That's a cop-out. Just say something's top 3, and then you don't actually have to...
It turns into a bit of Lena with the alternate style. I haven't seen the alternate style in game yet.
Well, I mean, you got to get 2.5 million focus fire damage in wins, I think. Not even just in games. It has to be wins.
Oh, so, really? Yeah, that's brutal.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Because I haven't been winning my Windranger games. So the number's not changing.
Yeah. No, there's some good Arcanas out there. It's definitely one of them. It's a nice one.
Yeah, I like the... some of them are a bit iffy. It's like the TB one's cool, but it depends on whether or not you take the stock one or you actually put in a prismatic gem to change the color.
Yeah, definitely. The purple one's so cool. With the TV purple Arcana is very good.
Mine's orange, which I think is pretty cool. But then, I think the PA is real classy, real nice.
Yeah.
I like that it leaves a blade on the ground. I like just the whole get up about it. But I think the Quap one was amazing. And then the Windranger is even better. So I think those two are great. Skeleton King is awesome, but it doesn't have as much of the sustained replayability cool effects, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like I built a Yules and a Force Staff, and I got 2 custom icons. All my spells look different. And if I have a Javelin, the right click is different on a proc versus an MKB on a proc. And when I wind run against the trees slay. It's oh my god, it's just... I leave little cyclones behind me. It's just... So good.
Yeah. Pivoting away from hats, believe it or not, we have Windranger, the hero herself. 30% pick rate in Divine Plus, 50% win rate, and that pick rate is consistent across all levels. The win rate very consistent as well. Basically 30% pick rate, 50% win rate. The hero
Makes sense.
Mostly, what position do you think? Mostly? I mean, traditionally the hero was sort of a mid, but it's not a mid anymore. It's sort of like a...
I'm very surprised that she wasn't like 48% win rate or like 46.
Right. You don't rate?
No, I just think it's fun. I don't necessarily think it's great, to be honest.
Are you playing it 4 or 3? And what do you think it's mostly played as?
I've been playing it 2.
Oh, right, okay.
2 and 4. And I just think she's one of those 4s that it's on par with Zeus. It's not as bad as Zeus. But
I mean, the hero's got a shackle shot. It's got this shackle shot spell, and focus fire is not bad, I would say.
I don't know, at least with Zeus 4, you get an Ags at like 30 minutes. You have the Ags the rest of the game. Like at 30 minutes, Windranger 4 is just like trash.
You got an MKB by that point. You got to be doing the like Yaps or CS.
I mean,
with power
that's
shot.
what I should have done. I went Yule's 4 staff in that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was good for the game, but it's not necessarily like the most high impact of item builds. I do think. I mean, the lane was great. She's great as a laner. She's super annoying. We got a lot of kills. No one can really against a PA. That's amazing. She PA goes on you. I just win run, and I just plank her. And then she.
How do you play the lane? Are you just poking? You're just poking with right clicks, and do you get like a cheeky Blightstone or something? Or
yeah, I went Blightstone, and that was pretty much fast boots, and then a wand because it was against Crystal Maiden PA, and it was just like blink away, be annoying, power shots. We had it was like a CK Windranger off lane, so it was like Chaos Bolt into.
Oof.
My W, and that's just like easy mode.
Tasty.
It's very tasty kill lane, and we probably lost because we had 5 Pudge and mid Nyx Assassin, and our Luna DC'd a few times, and they killed her while she was DC'd. Like that probably was why we lost, not because of the 4 Windranger, right?
Yeah,
but I mean, she's got spells.
If you get a 2-man shackle shot on a POS 4, that's a 1 team fight with a 2-man shackle, pretty much.
And see, I secondary maxed the Q, right? Because it's like the only thing I'm going to provide is this 2-man shackle. I can't be getting a lot of points in run. I need these points right now. And even since I had Yule's 4 staff, I didn't necessarily need mana regen. So I even went the shackle cooldown reduction at 10.
Wow.
It's the -2 seconds.
Yeah.
I need to get off these shackle shots. And I got some pretty good ones, but if you don't have follow-up, it just delays the inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 4-second shackle duration on an 8-second cooldown if you get the talent. That's kind of insane, right? I mean, that's why this hero is being played as a 4, because you land a shackle, and it's just over. And even when you're playing the POS 4, you get level 6, and you can often run down heroes if they don't have disable for your win run. Win run, by the way, kind of a 1-point wonder spell, right? You just get 1 point. I don't feel like you need to get it again.
It
3-second
feels
duration is
so
kind of
good
fine.
max, though.
Yeah, sure. Because of the cooldown and just 6 seconds.
Yeah, just it goes up. It goes up in duration and then down in cooldown. So it's both ends. It just feels so much better for it to be up. Because only 50 mana, always. You just feel so much faster because she's actually pretty slow. Because I didn't get phase boots. Too much gold.
Yeah.
I don't think
you get phase boots on the
I don't think
4,
it is what you do anymore. I don't even know if you get it on mid. But, she's 335 with boots, which is slow.
I mean,
hard to maneuver to get the shackle shots if you're 330, and then you're using the 15-second to cool down 3-second duration wind run to like set up. It's kind of iffy.
Yeah. Options from 4. I mean, do you like the MKB rush on the 4? Or do you prefer it? Do you think in most games you should be looking more towards yours, your spirit vessel, your solar crest medallion sort of stuff?
I went Bassy for mana regen because I'd already planned out that I wasn't going to do the mana regen talent.
Okay.
So I would have mana early, and then I got a javelin because I do think javelin's like core.
Right.
It's kind of like Pango. You need the javelin because at level 6 you actually can kill someone with javelin, pretty much anybody. But I think if you're going to do for Windranger, you might as well just balls to the wall and go MKB rush, and if not MKB rush, Maelstrom rush.
Is Maelstrom a thing on this hero? I think it's MKB.
That's what it used to be. It used to be Maelstrom.
Yeah, it did.
Back when, but now it's probably MKB. But MKB on a 4, when it's more expensive, I mean, it takes a while before you get there.
Definitely, I don't know, yeah.
It kind of exacerbates how bad it can be. Like, you're not farming fast unless you're getting kills. So, I guess farm heroes.
Yeah, I think run around with a shackle. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing the more utility line from the 4. If you're in a game where you have lots of damage already, you perhaps don't need to go for that MKB on the 4, and you can look towards a yours or a vessel or a 4-staff or a medallion. I quite like Solar Crest on this hero, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
And then as the core, I don't know if this hero is even good as the core. I mean, I played a lot of Windranger mid in my time. Not in this patch, though. I think when you're playing that, with the reduced Windrun cooldown, Focus Fire cooldown, I guess you don't need Maelstrom anymore because you farm heroes, like you say, with the low cooldown that scales really nicely. The cooldown going from 70 to 50 to 30. That used to be an AGS thing to get the cooldown. That really low like that used to be like 12 seconds. Now you don't even have to go AGS necessarily if you're playing.
Oh, the AGS is so good though.
That's good. It's pretty fun, but
2 charges, so good.
But yeah, that's good.
The one game I've won, I played 3 as Windranger. The one I did win was when I was mid and I just went AGS, or I went MKB rush. Like I think that might be it. And then because then you just hunt supports and they melt in 2 shots. Like, it almost feels bad to use Focus Fire on a support because they die in like 2 or 3 hits, and you're like, well, I don't know if I really needed that, but you need to like erase heroes, and then you can just take team fights after that. Yeah. And then I got a Scotty at 28 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
That felt awesome. Scotty against a Morphlane. That felt awesome.
Scotty's quite greedy second item. I think you can't go wrong.
It's totally greedy.
Yeah. I think in most games you can't go wrong with MKB, BKB. You can pick that up at 25 minutes, I think, comfortably. Yeah,
see, I got BKB after that, but it was a stack game, and this is how my mind worked, was they had Shadow Shaman, Skywrath Mage supports, so it's just like, if I get shackled, I'm dead. If I get hexed, I'm dead because they're just going to full combo me every time. So I was like, kept dying. So that's why my MKB was only 19 minutes, and I was like, I have to get this MKB. Like, I had already played a game and lost where I just stuck on the javelin, and I was like, I have to get this, and I'll just melt somebody, and then I'll get rolling. And then instead of going BKB, I was thinking, actually, so full story was that 2 games in a row, I was mid Windranger against a Morphlane. It was back to back. So I had just lost to a Morphlane. And I was just, he had too much morph. So it's like, I need the Scotty because we don't have a vessel. And I'll just get raw HP and I'll live through the Shadow Shaman, like, Spirit Flare or the Mystic Flare combo. It's like that's my big brain. Is I'll just tank up instead of like just buying a BKB, and it worked. It actually worked, and then I got BKB and it was over.
Yeah,
but
I think in most games,
I don't recommend it.
Yeah, in most games, like once you get this MKB BKB, you will literally remove a support from the game instantly, which is pretty good. Like imagine your situation, you pop BKB, you focus fire the shaman. That's so much utility for the enemy team dead, right? You're looking at Hex, Shackle, a Q, whatever, and a wards or whatever. And then you've got extra BKB duration, you've got Shackle, which is an incredible spell, obviously your power shot, and you're doing good right click with the MKB. That you're just dreaming if you're pulling off a team fight where that's happening at 25 minutes. You're trading a BKB charge and a focus fire for an entire enemy hero. That's sort of the Windranger dream, right? It solves her biggest weakness, right? Wind Run, immune to physical, quite a low HP hero. The stats gains, the strength gains, like not the best on the hero. Not sure what it is. Okay,
she always seems so tanky. She just seems so tanky because you can't ever hit her. But the second she's able to be hit, she melts. She's actually just not even. She's paper.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, so you get that BKB and, then you're not taking any magic and you're not taking any physical really with Wind Run if you're careful with the spell.
Yeah. I just, I was greedy and then I just made sure I got the jump instead of being jumped on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's just like if I kill one of Skywrath or Shaman at the start of a fight, I can't explode. That was the thought process. And then, but you are right. And I think this was just like last pod where I said, buy BKB early. And then I was like, no, I'm in an unranked game. I want to do Scotty. I want to see giant snowballs fly off of my focus fire.
Yeah. Scott, if they removed the snowball stuff from Scotty, I'm sure the build rate goes down like 5%.
Yeah.
It's like the best part about it.
I gotta say though, against the Luna that BKB'd, she was like the last one survived, and I was on her, and I've already used Focus Fire, and team's really far away, and it's like, all right, guys, just catch up. She's BKB'd, and I'm just slowing her with Scotty, just like ploink, ploink, and just everyone just catches up. Very
Scotty's
underrated.
An Scotty is an item these days. It's so good on a lot of heroes. Never bad to pick up a Scotty, I think. After the item was dead for so long, now it's kind of back in a big way.
Dang, slows enemy ranged units by minus 50% move speed. Wow.
That's so disgusting. So disgusting. And the regen reduction now as well. So strong.
Yeah, that's a 40% reduction. And then we did have Vessel, which is another 45%. So, I mean, it's just like the anti-morphling technology. Our 5-stack would not lose to a Morphling again, we decided.
I mean, Morph's got to be one of the heroes that's not very good against, I would have thought. Like, what heroes are you looking at when you're considering picking this hero mid? Because it's sort of a very situational hero at best when you're picking it mid. The win rate can't be above 48%, I would have thought, 48.5% for the mid version of the hero. Is there anything in particular that you're like never picking this hero against, or anything that you think, oh great, I'll just pick Windranger now?
I'm sure she's fine against a lot of things. I don't know if you lose a lot of lanes. It's not like, I'm sure you can outplay. Like, I'm sure Weehaw Windranger just outplays all sorts of matchups that he's not supposed to win, but it was fine against Morphling. You just farm trade, because the second I hit 6, I went Javelin Rush, hit 6, and tried to kill him, and he just, like, morphed it. You know what I mean? Okay, that doesn't work. But against, like, I don't know, Kunkka, or probably not Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's pretty good.
Yeah, Ember's good against the hero.
But I think most melees you're okay against. I wonder if against Quap you can wind run the burst from the Q, the dagger hitting you. I don't know. That might be magic damage.
I think it's magic, right? Surely it's magic.
Yeah, but there's an initial strike, so I was thinking maybe that would Yeah, you get hit by that too. So what she's got going for her, she's kind of slow, but she's got good range. She's got very good attack, animation / projectile speed, and so it's like one of those really annoying laners to be against.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
it's not as good as Alina. She's like faster projectile, but not as much range. But it's like if you're a melee hero and you're like, okay, I know I'm going to take 4 hits, but I'm going to go up and I'm going to get this range creep because I have regen. It's usually not that's not the move you want to make, because stutter step, you think you're going to take 4 hits and you're probably going to take 6 or 7 because she's that low base attack / range / projectile speed that she just stutter steps you into oblivion, and then you're really low, and then she can Windrun dive your tower.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, that's worth saying. I also think a couple of carry heroes that Windranger's really good against, like Troll Warlord. In fact, on Dota buff, that's the best advantage for Windranger against Troll Warlord for obvious reasons. He can't really hurt you.
Well, you just like make him pop a Windrun away and then make sure he's in line with a tree, and you just easy set up your queue.
Yeah. Also, Juggernaut. I really like Windranger against the Juggernaut.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Sometimes Jug sets up these really annoying lanes. Like everyone's gone against the Grimstroke Jug lane, the Lich Jug lane, just these awful lanes. If you're playing Windranger 3 or 4, you can't be touched by this Jug hero, right? It spins on you, you Windrun out of it. He Omni Slashes you, you Windrun.
Yeah, you got it's so nice. You make him have to build like a nullifier.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just like from minute 1, you have this Omni / counter for the rest of the game, unless he goes like Molyneux and like gets a million procs of magic damage.
Yeah, and then you're just winning because Jug's got Mjolnir, like first item. So it's also good against Huskar Cheese as well. I like it against Huskar Cheese because obviously you don't take any damage, so that's nice too.
Yeah, and then like a lot of the time that lasts for 3 to 5% of Huskar HP is really tough with the toggles and stuff to get through. That is one thing about Windranger is Focus Fire is really nice, almost untoggleable when you consider procs, because you're going to be building proc items. Yeah. So you just got to like spray and pray with the toggles. So it's like, NPV procs are really nice for that last little bit of burst you need against like a Morphine or a Huskar regenning, or just like getting through like TA refractions with Focus Fire. A lot of that charge-based stuff, you're really good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just to throw out some heroes, it's bad against Tinker, Mars, Ember Spirit, Centaur, Puck, Nature's Prophet.
But if you ever get the lucky, I swear she's like Pudge, where the whole game she can be just dog shit. And then she gets the 2-man shackle that wins the game.
Yeah, so, there's no question about it.
Yeah. At least once a game, a support is going to be either behind a core or in front of a core, and you're just going to shackle the 2 of them together, and the core is going to let out this huge exhale, like, why are you around me? Like, stay away. And, like, pucks are usually pretty good about phase shifting your shackle shot, but not always phase shifting when you've shackled somebody else. Or if you throw it on the creep and it hits them behind.
Oh, you feel so good when you do stuff like that. Oh, such a god move.
And I've yet to work out the Ironwood branch, Ironwood tree.
That's
combo.
If you can pull that off, then GG, well played. You win TI. Yeah. That's like the sickest move you can do, I think.
That's a really nice, because it's not always. I think like what's the novice level Windrunner, which I would consider myself at, even though it's one of my most played heroes. It's not a high win rate hero, but I like to play her a lot because it's like Slack says, all those skill shots are fun, even though they're not high value. Novice level like throws shackle, at the hero that you want to shackle. Intermediate and experts are like, what are the other heroes I can shackle this person to? Like the evasive heroes. or like I'm going to throw it on a creep, or shackle them to a jungle camp or a tree, or like they just know when to throw the shackle shot.
Yeah.
So that's why you should always draft Nature's Prophet on your team, because then it makes your shackles easy.
What do you think about Meme Hammer on the hero? Is that a meme? Is it Meme Hammer meme?
I don't know. I just saw Marco's text about that. It's probably really good. Maybe as a 4, that's what you're supposed to do. That's probably the way.
Shackle 2 people together and then get the double meme hammer. Could be it.
Yeah, I think you pretty much you're going to have to lead off with the shackle.
Yes.
Because no one's going to stand around and let you meteor hammer them. But I think that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of lockdown. It's
2.5 mana regen as well. It's nice.
Yeah. It's probably game winning if you get that combo off.
Yeah.
Also, it goes without saying, this hero is like way easier when you have setup. If you have anyone else in your team with a stun, or like a tree, or just anything, you don't have to be skill shot god. Like, it actually becomes much easier to play. Like with Chaos Knight, it felt borderline unfair because Power Shot is a lot of damage if it's the first person getting hit by it, and it's balanced because it's hard to hit and it hits less, does less the more it goes through. But it's like if you just have a 2-second Chaos Bolt, you're just like, okay, I guarantee all this damage.
Yeah, no question.
Because with the talent at 15, it does 550 damage. Like, that's more than a Dragon Slave. Like, a lot more than a Dragon Slave.
Any other PSAs about Windranger? To be noted, Shackle Shot stuns, whether or not you actually latch, it still mini stuns. I've seen someone not use it on someone TPing because they weren't in line with a tree, and that was very irritating.
It's not even a mini, it's a set 0.75.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, fine.
I don't know, a micro stun or like
small stun. It's enough to do a W. You don't actually need it to latch to set up for a W, honestly. So, bear that in mind for sure.
Here's a question. What level 25 talent do you get?
Oh, talents. I almost forgot. Let's have a quick peek at what we're dealing with here.
I mean, I think the first 3 are pretty, unless you're going like meme territory, the first 3 are pretty much locked in. Yeah,
the mana regen at 10.
Yeah, unless maybe you have a Crystal Maiden, or you go...
Yeah, sure.
I don't know, even with a Meteor Hammer, I feel like you'd want it. That'd be 4 mana regen. It'd be really nice. So...
Yeah, because the hero uses mana really well with Windrun and W. Those 2 spells you can just spam off cooldown in an ideal world. If mana wasn't a thing, you just use them endlessly and your hero would be, it loves mana a lot. And then the 15 talent, you take in the power shot damage then? Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 20, the shackle shot duration, I suppose. I mean, the focus fire damage reduction doesn't seem very good.
You don't think that seems very good?
I mean, you want to focus fire their carry? I mean, on a pos 4 Windranger, I guess. I think
I guess it depends on which one you're building.
Maybe on a core. If you're playing it mid, do you just man up against the enemy carry with the damage reduction? Is that the idea here?
That's what I was thinking, because it's like minus, because then it's only minus 14% damage, so you're like hitting really hard.
Yeah, I guess on the mid Windranger, you do.
Yeah, if you're going damage, man.
Yeah,
if you're going the MKB Scotty build,
nullifier, yeah,
the crit, just like that type of. But there's a lot of 0.8 second shackle shot duration. That's a lot better than minus 2 second shackle shot cooldown. So I'm not going to be upset if my teammate gets the 0.8 second buff, because that makes it a 4.6 second shackle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is good.
That's very good.
Yeah. And then finally the minus 2 second... Oh, sorry, that's looking at 10 again. At 25, I mean, CDR surely is
It's so tough though, because at 20 it used to be invis. And so 20 was like, okay, I always go invis, and that's when you get the ags. And then at 25 you get the CDR, and then all of a sudden you're perma invis, perma win run, like it just felt amazing. Now if you go ags, sometimes I feel like it might actually be good to go invisibility. Because
even in your immortal games, surely people have sentries.
I don't know. It's one of those things where you're just invis so much, and like you can only have 10 sentries, right?
Sure.
You're just all over the map.
You just run out of the sentry range.
Yeah, because you're really fast. That's the other thing. I mean, obviously, level 30 is just absurd with the 25% cooldown and the invis.
Yeah.
I think CDR is probably the way to go. It's just like sometimes your team just really needs that setup. And the invis 2-man shackle does feel awesome.
Yes. I'll tentatively say yes.
I mean, that's the problem that Slack said. It's like, Windranger just feels awesome. All the plays you make just feel so good. Invisible 2-man shackle feels amazing. So much so that I'm almost like not taking 25% cooldown reduction, which is just far and away better.
Yeah, so it's funny you say that. So the talent usage, the pick rate on CDR is 31% versus almost 70% for the win run grants invisibility, and yet the win rate is 5% higher on the CDR. So I think a lot of people are in agreement with you that win run grants invisibility is just fun.
Yeah.
Even if it's not as good, it's just fun. So.
And just on win run, not even with ags, 25 CDR makes it 9-second cooldown, 6-second duration.
Yeah, that's so insane.
I mean, you're just and that's 60% bonus move speed, 100% evasion. That is just amazing in and of itself. Shackle goes from 10 seconds to 7.5 with a 4.5 second stun attached to it, and power shot goes from 9 to
some number
6 9/4.
9/4. Yeah, well done.
Well, it's not 9/4, but you got to subtract 9/4 from 27/4, so 6.75.
Wow, right? Well done. You had me at 9/4, so I actually thought it was that. Well done.
That's it. 6.75 for a 550 power shot.
Yeah, very nice.
That's no items either. That's like BKB. More kills, more focus fires.
Yeah, blinks
even
maybe.
Just for a focus fire, it goes from 30 to 27.5, which is like very close to old ags, pretty much the same thing. So the real dream is you get the cooldown reduction, you get the shackle shot cooldown, you get the shackle shot duration, you get a spell prism, you get an Octarine core, and then you get an arcane rune, and then you get permanent shackle shots. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen that meme before, but you actually can permanently 2-man shackle people together.
Oh, I've got to do this in demo. I'll do this in demo once we finish the pod. That sounds fun. The perma shackle dream. The
perma shackle, and then they just you're not even supposed to kill them. You're supposed to let the other 4 people in the game, and then you just keep the people shackled there.
Yeah. That would be so funny if you actually ended the game with the... What, didn't you used to be able to do like a triple shackle? Was that an old talent? +1 shackle?
I don't think so.
No? The triple shackle's never been a thing. Was that... I thought it was like an old ag. No, it's never been ags. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm dreaming. Someone can tell me in the Discord.
That would be wild if it was like a Bat Rider ags, where you double asset. Or... Yeah.
There you go. I mean, that's Windranger, the hero, the second most popular hero in Dota behind our One True Love Pudge.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a 1-2 right there. The Pudge Windranger, the Dream POS4, taking up probably 80% of pubs. Either one of those 2 heroes. Yeah, join us again next week for another episode. Marco will be back, I'm afraid to say, so we'll have his opinions on this episode and CSing and all the rest of it. Until then, final whistle as always, and we'll see you in a week's time.